Hey guys, welcome to Cameron Holt Photography Studios and Outdoors with Cameron and Robert Holt. However, this is not going to be one of our outdoor times. Remember, I talked with you guys about conservation. I'm always talking about conservation. But what would today's kind of topic is conservation of humans. I know. You might think, what do you mean conservation? Well, don't you think humans need conservation also? Don't you think we need some help in our own lives and that type of thing? And so today I've got some incredible guests here, which I'm going to introduce here in just a moment. But I just wanted to make plain to you that you will not see any bird pictures. The closest thing you're going to get to a bird is Big Bird right here, okay? That's the closest thing you guys are going to get to today. So, but Cameron and I, we've got some really cool guests today that we're going to be interviewing. And actually what we're going to be talking about is how to overcome things and obstacles in our lives. And we will hear from them here in just a moment. But first, I got to make sure that my little brother back there is on board with us. Cameron, you back there?
I'm here.
Oh, man, we're so everybody don't know. Stay there. Don't go anywhere, Cam. You stay right there. The blue room is going to change, is it not?
I hope so.
Yeah, right now we're in the middle, because our guests are here, and I forgot to tell them that we got a bunch of junk in here, but we're in the middle of revamping the studios again so that Cameron will have some more room, because, he's over 6 feet tall, and so hopefully he'll have some more room. So what I want to know is, are you excited? That was interesting. We just jumped back and forth. Cameron, I want to know, are you excited about your new digs that you're going to be going into? There you are. Hey, you could have kept that back, because she's a whole lot prettier than you are. So, you're excited?
I am.
How do we know you're excited?
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then we'll go ahead and we'll head then on to our guest. So today, actually, it is serious. Well, mostly serious. I'm sure there'll be a few uplifting times in this. I have no doubt about that, because to overcome is probably one of the most uplifting things that you can do, to overcome obstacles in your life. So today I have Miss Megan Montgomery, and I have Shannon Brawley. Is that correct? Did I
You said it right.
Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Shannon, right? Well, no, you can go back to Shannon. That's okay. You can go back to her. Hi, Shannon.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. So, Shannon, I am going to start. I am going to start with you. Okay.
Okay.
I know Megan probably, but we're going to start with you, because I've got pictures and everything that Megan sent me.
Okay.
So,
Of me?
No, I didn't get any pictures of you. No. I promise I did not go snoop on your Facebook or anything like that. So, are you nervous?
A little bit.
Why?
I don't know. There's a camera in my face.
Nah, you don't have any reason to be nervous. It's okay, because see, what you're going to do today is you're going to be really helping somebody out there. And this is an opportunity for you to really reach somebody that has been maybe through some of the same stuff that you have. So, with that said, Miss Shannon,
Yes.
tell us your story.
Okay. I'm a graduate from Greenbrier. I graduated with 32 scholarship offers to go play sports and a couple academic. I played college ball, graduated from CPC in Conway. Went overseas and played for 2 years, Dominican Republic. Love playing softball. I've been playing for 33 years. I was a teacher, graduated, was a math teacher at Little Rock Central. Coached softball there. Took the girls actually to state tournament for the first time in their softball history. And fast forward to 2013, lost both my parents. I caught 14 felony counts. Been kind of going downhill from there.
You caught 14 felony accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I was not about to believe I was about to hear something like that coming out of your mouth.
No.
Yeah.
No, I went from on top. Well, while you tell my story, I used to say when I used to be somebody. I don't say that anymore.
Good.
But
Because you are somebody.
I was the prodigy out of Greenbrier. Came out of Greenbrier pretty high up there. My mom, whenever I was in college, my parents got together and decided if I quit working, paid attention to my grades, played softball. They would pay for my like my apartment, my car, stuff like that. When my mom was at home or I had to go pick up my monthly check, I would go, and if she wasn't home or something, if she was gone with my Nana or something, she would tell me where the checkbook was, write the check. My mom killed herself in 2013. And after that, my aunt took over power of attorney over her estate and everything and went after me for forgery, and which I took a plea deal on and pled guilty to. So I lost my teaching license. I lost my mom. 4 months later, I lost my dad. Then I lost my child's dad, and when my child was barely 6 months old. Then we lost his mom.
Wow.
Then I lost myself.
Yeah. So when you say you lost yourself, I assume you lost yourself to addictions.
Yes.
Yeah.
It went bad in about a 6 month flat.
So I gotta ask. A lot of times we don't necessarily ask this question. Now you gotta understand. I don't have your T-shirt. I do have a T-shirt that has a very colorful past to it. Okay. So I've been down some pretty dark roads, and God has definitely brought me out of those dark roads. But I gotta ask you, what was it that clicked for you to go down that dark road? What do you think was that one root cause for you to go down that dirt road?
Oh goodness. It, kind of in a sentence form.
Yeah.
It was that I had done everything right and for everything wrong to happen against me. And at that point, I didn't care. I just stopped caring.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stop caring.
I just
period.
stopped caring.
Yeah. So you thought your addiction would take care of that?
I didn't care.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought I became. I always say it's not so much that I became addicted to a particular drug or alcohol. I became addicted to not facing reality. Oh. And so whatever it took to get reality out of my head, to not have to face the day, that kind of yeah.
That's deep. I mean, so to not face reality in somebody's life of what's going on, do you think that was a wake up moment for you, or?
At that moment?
Yeah, at that moment. And what I mean by that is that a wake up moment for you to go, I have a choice. I have a choice to either go down this road, or did you even think that way?
I didn't even think that way.
Okay.
Not at the time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you now?
Oh, right now I'm in Harmony Hill. Right now, mentally, or where I'm at physically?
Yeah. Physically first.
Physically, I'm at Harmony Hill.
Oh, okay. So we're going to hear a lot about Harmony Hill.
We're going to hear a lot about Harmony Hill.
Yeah. So how long have you been there?
I have been there for, this is my fourth Monday. My fourth week, started my fourth week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
So I've been there 3 weeks.
Okay, so how long have you been out of addictions?
Out of it?
Yeah.
3 weeks and 2 days.
3 weeks and 2 days. Very good. Yeah. So.
And I chose to come here. I wasn't court ordered or forced, or anything. I chose to come.
Yeah.
And it's the best decision I've made.
Yeah.
Period.
So how you doing?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really good. Mentally, I've been able. Yes, it's been amazing.
Yeah. So mentally, right now. So where are you mentally?
Mentally, I am free.
Yeah.
First of all, and obviously realizing reality is not too bad.
Right.
I've already mended relationships with like my husband. Talked about. I have 2 daughters, by the way, that I love more than anything in this world, and I get to talk to them every single day. We have a Branson trip planned for whenever I leave, and it's yes.
Oh, that's good.
It's
okay.
night and day different.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to come back to you, and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to see if I can go ahead and come back over. This is one of those moments where you would say, "Hey, we're going to be right back with you here in about right after our sponsors," but we don't have any sponsors. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce us to Megan Montgomery, and Megan has become a friend. And she's also a friend of Healing Waters, her and BJ from Harmony Hill. But Megan also has her own story, but they come here every Monday to serve. They come here every Monday to help us with our grocery bags, and we're so thankful they help us to clean. Whatever we need, boy, they're jumping on it. So, Miss Megan, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, good, good.
Oh, thanks.
You know, normally we are real fancy here, where we would have like both of us on the screen, kind of talking, you know, and so forth. But one of our cameras is down still, and so I know. So we're just going to have to kind of improvise today. So Megan, kind of walk us through now, Cameron. Now this is the moment I want you to go ahead and do that little You okay?
Mhm.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Okay. We're at, oh, there. Looky there. He's got all three of them. Yeah. Cool.
Very nice.
All right. So, who are you right here?
That is me in recovery. And
Yeah.
that's actually out back by the picnic tables one Monday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when did your world kind of change?
So
And you can just pause it right there, Kim.
So that was right after getting to Harmony Hill, that picture right there.
Yeah.
And I was completely broken, completely a mess. No hope, hardly a will to live. And I guess I've been fighting tooth and nail to find my peace and love for myself since that day right there at Harmony Hill. That was in March of last year.
Oh, so you've been doing this just since March of last year.
So I was in recovery for quite some time, and then relapsed in 2020.
Right.
And then sobered up, and then it's always about a guy. And I rekindled an old flame with Mac, who's now my ex-husband, and spiraled right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's so funny. I think both of us, you know, with you helping the young women and so forth that are also coming out of addictions, you know, the first thing I tell the guys here is when you get out, stay away from the women.
Oh, I say that all day long, don't I?
Stay away
Shannon?
from the men. Stay away from the men. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, why do you think that is? What is it that drives that?
That drives us to seek another person.
Yeah, that drives us to seek that bad boy or that bad girl.
Because we're still broken.
Yeah.
And we attract broken people, and so I tell the girls. I mean, I've got like a 2-year time frame before I'm ever even going to consider even talking to somebody.
Right.
Right now, my biggest thing is trying to get my children back in my life. My oldest is coming around, and my youngest has still got some big walls up. Your mother should not be your first heartache, and I definitely shattered their hearts when I chose a man over them.
Yeah.
So I'm working really hard and working on myself so I don't ever have to become codependent on another person to fulfill what's not inside my heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like putting one addiction down just to pick up another.
100%. I was more addicted to that man than I was any drug.
Right.
And I think that's true for a lot of, not all addicts, but most of us are codependent.
Right.
And so we, at Harmony Hill, we have groups on codependency and trauma bonds, and trying to replace that with another person is just, you may as well pick something up and put it in you.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Do you find where, you know, people used to share with me, Robert, you just got to replace it with God. You just got to replace it with God. And you know, I'm a quote a pastor now, but I still have trouble even trying to say that to somebody else, because to replace them with God, you've got to know God.
Absolutely.
And you've got to have just like you and I have had a relationship, just like I'm building a relationship with her right now. You know, it takes time to do that. It's not just something people think, well, that's an automatic fix.
Yeah.
Well, there can be miracles right then in people's lives, but it takes time to do that.
Absolutely.
So just like you're saying, I'm going to stay away from what I know creates issues in my life, just like you said, for 2 years. You're going to not have any type of relationship right now.
Correct.
How long do you think, or does God, let me play this, does God play a role in all of this, though?
Absolutely. I'm a very spiritual person, and I neglected myself in putting it in a man, and no one can fill that void other than God. I
Right.
mean, only God can heal, and I think that our egos get in the way a lot. And so when we're on the mend, we feel like we can go back and we can fix that broken person that we left in order to get clean. And if that person's not trying to get clean, you've got to put your ego aside. You can't fix them you can't be God.
Yeah.
And I think that we lose ourselves a lot in that.
Right.
I've seen it a lot with some of the ladies that I know, that they always relapse behind some man.
Mm-hmm.
And I say I'm only talking about the women because that's what I work with.
Sure, yeah.
But I know men do it
Oh
too.
gosh, I hear it all the time. Yeah, several of these guys they go back to prison, and I'll ask, oh, what happened? Well, I met this girl.
It's always about
Did we not tell you? You know, don't go into that relationship just yet until you get yourself
right
lined out.
And I'm not saying 2 years is going to fix it. Like,
Right.
I'll reassess in 2 years.
There you go. Yeah.
So we'll just see. You know, I just don't want. First of all, I don't want my children to think that they're second ever again.
Right.
And so that's the most important thing to me right now.
Yeah. All right, Cam. Let's go back to let's go to that. Let's go to the next picture and see what's going on here. You know, this is a day in the life of Megan Montgomery.
So
yeah.
that picture right there was taken around Christmas time in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in full-blown addiction and hadn't spoken to my kids in quite some time, and was with my then husband, now ex-husband, at his aunt and uncle's, and I could not figure out how to get away. And that is a picture of his mother when she was, I guess, around my age at the time. And that woman, she was not my biggest fan.
Right.
We did not get along. And the fact that I was so miserable there, and then my ex-husband put that on the internet, and somebody sent it to me not that long ago, and that's what the Facebook post was.
Wow.
And you can see that I'm miserable there. Like, I'm like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
Like, there's no life in those eyes. But when I left him, I had to leave, and I had to go completely no contact.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It was tough.
It was, the hardest part was trying to figure out how to get away from that relationship. And I had tried to kill myself in February of 24, at the beginning of February, and woke up to almost 2 days later in a hotel room and was still alive. And so I remember my phone hadn't rang. For 7 days I'd been in that hotel room trying to figure out what I was going to do, and didn't have one phone call from not one person that was in my family. Nobody cared. Nobody was looking for me. I had damaged everything. And I just remember waking up and I was so mad. I was so mad at God for not letting me just walk out. Like, I just wanted to take the coward's way out. And so I just, sat up in that bed and I said, okay, God, whatever it is that you want me to do, I'll do. But I can't do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't be broken. I didn't want to live like that anymore. And so it was about 2 weeks later that I reached out to BJ and got to Harmony Hill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank God sometimes for BJ, right?
Every day.
Yeah,
thank
we
God
love
for
her.
BJ.
Yeah, we
Yes.
love her. All right, Cam, let's go to that next one there. And there we go.
Yeah, that was another bad day. We actually had gone to the fair, and there's no soul in those eyes. I looked so old and so tired, and no smile, forced smile. I was just held hostage by my addiction and by that man, really, at that point. That was in October right before that Christmas.
All right, Cam. It's funny, and keep the cameras on all three of us. but it was she sent me these pictures, and she goes, can you tell the difference? I'm trying to make this light. I'm going to lighten this up just a little bit. Can you tell the difference in me? And I told her, I said, that was like asking me about, like that commercial that comes on, does this dress make my butt look big? And, there's no answer for, I am not going to touch that. I'm just not going to touch it. But, it's funny when you see individuals that are in addictions. And honestly, that picture just before this one, that was the only one where I go, something's wrong. But the other, there was, you're not, there was no telltale signs in my
mental state was
your
out
mental
there.
state. Yeah, you would have to know you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, my
that
mother
was
would
the
say it
only.
way otherwise.
Yeah, that was the only picture, that I
Yeah.
thought, because, this picture you look like I'm getting happier.
That's that was Saturday, May 31st, just a week ago.
Yeah.
A week ago Saturday at the Harmony Hill Homecoming. That was a festival, little cookout we had for all the girls, all the graduates, and so I was looking at my mom and dad that were there, and a year ago, I never would have thought that I could have that kind of peace. And my mom made a comment and said that I've never seen you look more at peace than you do now. Never, not once in your whole life. I've battled with addiction in some form, whether it started as an eating disorder when I was 14, my whole life. So
are you saying you've had self-esteem issues? your whole time?
absolutely, my whole entire life, yeah.
I have no words on that one. I just can't. It's very difficult. It's very difficult knowing you now to see that.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. A lot of drug addicts have some kind of sexual trauma in their past, and that's really what sent me back out on a tailspin was the victim mentality. Like I wanted him to pay for what he did when I was when I was 3, 4, 5 years old, and that really does take a huge toll on a child's self-worth, belief in other people, trust in the world, trust in good in the world, and I never had any of that. I never had any faith that there was ever anything good in the world until I made peace with that. And I had to forgive that man. So in order to not hold that bitterness in my heart. And every time it comes up, every time the memory pops up, I have to forgive again.
So your root cause then, you feel, was that trauma back in your life?
Absolutely. Trauma was definitely the gateway drug for me.
And your root cause, Shannon, you felt was?
That no matter how hard I tried to do, I don't know how to explain it really. No matter how hard I tried or did everything right, everything was wrong.
Gotcha.
My dad was real bad about telling me that I could have the best day ever, and then he'd point out the bad stuff, and so that's kind of like a negative Nancy. I was being called a negative Nancy my entire
So
life.
almost like a failure
Yes.
mentality.
Fear of failure.
I think that's why I peaked so high, so young, because nothing was ever good enough, and so I tried and tried and tried, and then after everything happened, I thought, well, yeah, I am a failure, and I can't even. I can't do anything right, and so.
See, here's why
that's when the giving up.
Yeah, here's why I point that out. The reason I point that out is because those who are watching this need to know that you've overcome those triggers. You've overcome those root causes. Even though there was some, fallback, from time to time. But you're still overcoming. You're still pushing forward. You're still persevering, Do you want to do everything you can in order to create an incredible, excellent life for yourself and for your families?
100%.
Do you have children?
I do, 2 children.
2 children.
Yes.
You said that earlier.
They are
I'm sorry.
13 and 9.
Yeah, okay.
We'll fix it to be 9.
Yeah. All right, Cam, let's go to the next picture. And Cam, if you have any questions, please answer or ask.
There's my sweet mom.
Yeah.
That was May 22nd, and that was my oldest son's graduation before the Barton Coliseum filled up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was very thankful and blessed that I could be there and be there with my family. So yeah, that's recovery.
Wow. Isn't that awesome? And she's been your kind of a rock
Yes, absolutely. I've put her through so much. I would give anything to be able to get those days back that I lost when I was in addiction, with my children and with my parents. When you're in that victim mentality, you're so selfish,
Right.
and you don't have any idea of the harm and the heartache that you're causing other people because you're so lost in your own. And I would give anything to be able to go back and repair that. But
Yeah.
the only thing I can do is keep doing the next right thing every day and show up.
Right.
Just show up.
Yeah. So I think, Cameron, we're going to another picture here that's going to be kind of the healing place that we're going to be talking about. That's
There
Harmony
that is.
Hill.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, are these just random? I mean, some of the, like that one picture of fishing. Was that actually y'all have a pond there?
We do have a pond, and some of the girls.
We went fishing. I went fishing just yesterday when it was pouring down rain.
Yeah.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you
I
get
didn't get no, but the girl, Christy, that I was with, she caught 3. So
Yeah.
I gave them all, letting the fish go to her. It was being nice that day.
You weren't using the right bait.
Apparently not.
All right, Cam, keep going there, buddy.
Yes, and there's the ranch. Yeah.
Yeah. So is this the bunkhouse or?
That's the
hou-
ranch. Yeah,
okay.
that's where all the magic happens. Is in that house right there.
Yeah.
It's the most peaceful place I've ever been in my
It's
life.
beautiful.
I've got to come out there.
Absolutely.
I have not been out there yet, and BJ, I think she's almost mad at me because I haven't been out there.
That's our beautiful sun porch right there. There's a beautiful stained glass window. You can kind of see the rounded window
Right.
in the frame there, and it's a stain. It's a picture of a big
Sun.
sun, and so that's our sun porch. That's
Yeah.
where the sun rises, and that's my green room. That's where I did my healing, and that's what one of our rooms looks like, and.
That's
There-
my room.
There's Shannon's red room.
The red room.
Razorback red.
Yep.
Yes. And there's a sun porch on the back of that one as well.
Oh, is it really? Oh, that's cool. And you have horses out there.
We do. We have Coltrane. We have a little Green Acres farm now. We've got a calf named Daisy that one of the
We've
girls.
got 2 new baby chicks that we just hatched.
Oh, wow,
And-
that's cool.
That's coupled with like 15 or. Well, no, a raccoon got some of our
Yeah.
chickens. So we did have several. Well, I think we've got like 9 or 10 now.
Yeah.
And we do yoga on Tuesdays.
Yeah, you can back up, Cam. You can back it up. There we go.
We have a yoga instructor that comes out on Tuesdays, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
She, the girls really enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's our day room.
And pause it right there if you would, buddy.
There's the sign.
Yeah, there's that
Stained
beautiful.
glass.
What is it?
The sign that goes up to the
stained
porch.
glass.
Oh, the stained glass. Yeah, that comes through. So, who owns this?
Miss BJ Brady.
BJ Brady.
My
Okay.
hero.
And she and her husband, they built this place, didn't they?
They
No?
did not. They bought this. It was actually a gentleman and his son lived there.
Oh,
Yeah. But,
that's a pretty big place.
It's huge. I think a couple families resided there before the man that BJ bought it from. But it's a very large home, and it doesn't feel like an institution. It doesn't feel
Right.
like you're not.
Well, it doesn't look like
it's
it.
not.
You know, when I was going through the pictures, I'm going, well, dang, I want to live there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is my home.
Yes.
Always.
How many acres do you have there?
I think 20.
20?
Something.
Wow.
I'm not 100% sure, but.
Yeah.
It feels like 100 when you're weed eating it.
Do y'all have a garden?
We do. We
Yeah?
do have a garden. We got squash and onions, cucumbers,
Cucumbers, yeah.
tomatoes, lettuce,
Yeah.
cabbage.
Oh, that's cool.
Little Cabbage Patch Kids out there.
Oh, that's great. All right, Cam, let's keep going. We're almost through these, I think. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Up.
That's where all the magic really happens. That's our classroom, and we spend, except for Mondays because we're here doing our service work on Mondays, but that's where a lot of tears are shed, a lot of traumas processed. We hope that my hope is that during our process groups that the ladies leave all that at the table and they don't ever pick that luggage back up when they leave. We do cognitive behavioral therapy, EMDR, therapy. We
Okay, EMDR. What's
is
EMDR?
eye movement desensitization reprocessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have to explain that one later to
Okay.
me. Yeah, yeah.
I
Wow.
can
Okay.
not get tongue twisted on the words.
EMDR. Okay. All right. Okay, keep going, buddy. There we go. Oh,
That's
the
the
yellow
pretty
room.
happy yellow room.
all of them are happy.
Yeah.
You know, they're all so, I mean, they're just a happy place. It's a happy place.
It is an amazing place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that'll be the last picture, so pause it right there. So tell me about that. I mean,
That's in the day room.
yeah, I mean, it's got this beautiful saying on there, and I didn't know if that was like something you all try to instill. I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Face your adversity. Face all of the adversity. You have to trudge through all that.
It says "Be You" in the highlighted part of the
Yeah.
yeah.
picture.
Okay, well, explain that to me. Be you.
You got to forgive yourself. You got to be. You got to
there you
find
go.
yourself. You've got to be you.
You know what's funny is that when we were walking into the studio, you made a comment. You know, my hair's not done or whatever, and you know what I was about to say.
I don't have a whole lot of hair to do.
But you know what I was
anyways.
about to say to you? Just be you.
Yeah. Well, there. Perfect.
I had no idea that was even in there. You know, I'm sorry, I did not read it. I just thought, I thought it was just kind of a cool thing that you all could tell me about, you know.
Perfect.
But yes. Is it still difficult to be you?
No.
No?
Not as much.
Not as much.
Not as much.
There you
I'm
go.
a work in progress.
It's progress, not perfection.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. It's what?
Progress, not perfection, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that too. That's good. You know, we're perfecting to be like Christ.
Absolutely.
You know, we're trying to be there. And we won't get, I mean, I'm sorry, we're not going to be Christ. But that's what he wants us to be like.
We want others
Grace,
to see 'em
love,
in your
mercy,
face.
forgiveness.
Well, that's like Miss Candy's class we went to Friday was "Be More Like Christ." Be more like
Absolutely.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is what it was called. That day.
Oh, wow. What has been your toughest part about all of this?
Toughest part about all of this is the facing of that it wasn't everybody else's fault for what happened to me. It was mine. Coming out and saying I did this. It's still a work in progress, but that was the hardest part. Giving up the substance abuse stuff, you know, it's tough, but that's not the hard part. I've learned when you go to a plate, you know, and go into a program, it's breaking yourself down into the pieces so you can remold yourself back up. And it's having to admit that you're the reason that a lot of this stuff has happened. Not the reason, but a lot of the reason this stuff has happened.
So if that young lady or young man is watching this right now, is that what you would tell them?
I would 100%. I don't have a backstory of being abused, you know, by my parents or, you know, a bad sexual story or a lot of what causes, I think, substance abuse in a lot of people. I've got a story that was on a top tier and then came down. And so my thing is you can do everything right and not everything's going to work out perfect, but you've got to keep going. You've got to pick yourself up, face the next day, and live one day at a time. That's what I've learned too.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
And it's really beautiful.
Yeah. What was your hardest thing, Megan?
The hardest thing for me was forgiving myself and having to forgive myself every day.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard anymore. Miss BJ said when I asked her what she saw or what she thought would be my biggest hurdle or what was going to be my biggest trigger would be not having my children back immediately. And she was right. That's been really, really difficult. So every day that I still don't have them is not it's not ever the best day, but doesn't mean I can't have the best day. Like it's, but I have to wake up every morning and know that I'm doing everything I can. So when they do come back, I'll be exactly what they need.
So what would you tell that person that's watching right now that needs hope?
That you can do it. You can do anything you want to do. You're not a sum of all your bad choices.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Yeah.
not who you are. You are the point. You matter.
Yeah.
Regardless of anything in your past, we can help. We'll love you until you can love yourself.
Yeah. Well, anything else you'd
I
like
think
to?
faith plays a big part in it.
Ah.
I was going to say earlier, what led me to where I was at, I prayed and prayed one night to please. Okay, they found me. I went to jail right before I came to rehab for some old warrants. Nothing bad, nothing major. But I was in a park bathroom where I was staying, in a park bathroom. And so you go from from a 4-bedroom home with your husband and your kids to being found by the cops in a park bathroom where you're trying to hide so you can get some sleep. It's faith. I asked, I bet, I surrendered that night, please give me food, please give me somewhere to stay. Unfortunately, I got food and somewhere to stay for the next 38 days. But I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. Faith is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
So, and like you said, replace it, with God.
Yeah.
It is a process, but it is a must, my belief.
It is. Yeah. There's no. Yeah, it was a must in my life.
Yes.
I got you.
But it's the freedom and the peace that you get, like Miss Maggie was saying, the peace.
And I know we're almost done here, but I the reason I brought that up too earlier about it is a process with the Father, is that so many people try to beat that in you instead of loving it into you. Mm-hmm. See, I mean, I'm telling you, there's a difference. People tried to beat it in me way back all the time.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't need somebody forcing me to do this or forcing me to believe this. What I want you to do is love me through it.
Absolutely.
And let me see God in you. Let me see him. Don't tell me about him. Let me see him so I can ask you about him. Mm-hmm. And that's why I share all the time. I don't want to know. People all the time say to me, well, how many people did you get saved? Well, I didn't get nobody saved. What I want them to do is not raise their hand to say, I want to know, I want to believe in Jesus. I wanted you to raise your hand and say, I want to begin my journey with Jesus. I want to begin my relationship with him, because it's an ongoing thing. You're being saved every day. Your salvation is walking it out every single day.
Well, every day you wake up.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. That's
right. That's exactly right. So, I'm going to post on here where they can. I want you to go ahead and give it like a phone number. Go ahead and give your phone number now.
So call Harmony Hill Ranch, 501-865-3957.
Say it again.
501-865-3957.
Okay. And then is there like an email address or anything they could?
There is, and also I want to plug Miss BJ's cell phone number.
Yeah.
Too. It's 501-802-6077.
One more time.
501-802-6077. And you can email bjbrady@harmonyhillranch.com.
harmonyhillranch.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're seeing it right now also on the on this video. So it's right there. It's right there underneath you. And yes, that was my phone going off. So I apologize for that. I thought I turned it down. But anyway, if you will, if you know anybody, people, come on. If you know anybody out there that is dealing with these types of issues, that want to overcome, that need to overcome, I want to encourage you to call these individuals, to email these individuals. Call me, and I'll put you in touch with Megan. I'll put you in touch with BJ. And I promise you this, I can make a promise. They're going to love you right where you are. And they're going to do their best to see you through. You play a role in it. You play a role in this. But both of you together can make it through this. So, guys, listen, thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here and for sharing your stories. And
thank you for having us.
Yeah, you've opened my eyes a little bit to some things that I didn't quite know. And so I really appreciate y'all being here. So, hey, God bless you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you watching Outdoors with Cameron and Robert Holt. Again, we talk about conservation, not only for wildlife out there, but I can be a little wild from time to time, so I guess I'm wildlife. But we also talk about human life and conserving human life. And how does that look? How can we all play a role in that? So you can play a role in it first by praying for Harmony Hill, and second, getting the word out about Harmony Hill. So, hey, God bless you. We appreciate you. And thank you for watching again Outdoors with Cameron and Robert Holt right here at Cameron Holt Photography Studios. See you later.